Hello everyone, Zero in the house, and today we're on the 4th week of March and it's a Monday. We're gonna have a look at the news and see what new events and units we're getting this time around. Alright, without further ado, let's see what's up. Okay, notice this. So we will finally get our rewards from the FFX Universe event since we managed to get over 1 million plays. So the reward appears to be more than the 6,000 that we expected. We're gonna get 6,700 and more visual is always welcome. And on top of that, we're gonna get an MR guaranteed unit summon ticket and a UR guaranteed summon ticket A. And 2 of them, so that's pretty good. That is pretty much all we're getting for that event. Now, we're gonna also have 3 new addition. One of them is Auron, which appears to be slash ice unit. Now, that is a bit interesting because we already have a lot of ice units that are slash. First things that come to mind is Laswell, Nasha, Gilgamesh. So, you know, we do have a pretty interesting pool of ice slash unit, but what does Auron do differently? From my understanding, he has a proper defense break. So I'll put information on the top corner as usual. So from my understanding, what does he do different from Gilgamesh and Laswell? Laswell has an ice imperil. Gilgamesh has a slash resistance down, whereas Auron has a proper defense break. So what does that mean? If you're new to the game, there's 2 ways of lowering a unit's defense. Well, bypass it, let's call it. One is defense penetration. What does defense penetration mean? Defense penetration means that you are going to disregard the amount of defense that a unit has. So, for example, if a character has 20 defense penetration and the unit that is going to attack has 60 defense, then the amount you're going to do is going to be equal to as if the unit had 40 defense. Now, defense penetration has an interesting characteristic, whereas if a unit has 0 defense and you have a defense penetration, you're not going to deal any extra damage because you can't penetrate further than 0 defense. Now, with Auron, he has a break. That means that we can go negative to 0. And that is going to affect everyone that attacks that unit. So whether it's a bestowed effect on the unit as well. So that means that if a character has 0 defense and Auron deals 30 defense break, the unit is gonna take 30% more damage than before, and that damage is gonna be inflicted by whoever hits that unit. So breaks are really good. They're quite rare, but I think knights are the ones that mostly have breaks. But having Auron to complete the ice slash resistance and defense down team is gonna be pretty good for PvP teams, I'd imagine. Okay, and we're also gonna get new vision card Sticky Dane, and that's gonna be pretty good when given to Titus. So the unit that is going to have this assigned to is gonna get slash attack up. So sorry, that is all the whole party. So the whole party is gonna get slash attack up and critical rate up. And once that VC reaches level 99, is gonna bestow to the entire party max HP up. I'm going to add the exact parameters on the top left corner so that you guys can decide whether you want to build it or not. And the water unit that is going to equip this card is gonna get the limited bestowed effect of attack up. And if that water unit is Titus, he's going to get defense piercing rate up and accuracy up. And this goes, it ties in with what I was saying before. You know, it's important to know the difference between defense break and defense piercing, especially if you're a new player. You don't want to be disappointed and expect that the piercing does something more than what you expect. And we're also gonna get an update on Sticky Dane, which is okay. So that is pretty much what we mentioned before. So that is fine. And we also get a place unknown, and this is another card that is going to benefit water units with agility up, and at a party level is gonna give missile resistance up, dexterity up, and accuracy up. I'm gonna add information for these two vision cards on the corner right there, so that you can make an informed decision on whether you want to pull for it or not. Okay, and we're gonna get a description of Auron's job. A job that can handle tank type opponents with high defense. So it's pretty much a tank buster, pretty much. Okay, so on top of that, we're also gonna get a challenge mission. I believe that is a bingo board. We'll need to have a look. Okay, so we're gonna get EX jobs added. This is important. So Eileen and Jiza are gonna get their EX jobs on top of Auron, of course, because it's a new unit. Now, Jiza, you know, chances are that you already have her max because you want her bells. Her bells are one of the best TMR accessory in the games because they give extra AP up per turn, and that is extremely valuable in a raid for PvP. PvE can be useful as well, but I'd say PvP and raids are the events in which you'll use those bells the most. So yeah, you guys can try and EX her up. I am going to skip all of these guys. I'm going to skip Auron, and I'm going to skip EXing these units on both my accounts. We're gonna get new campaigns, which is pretty good. So the first one being that obviously we get the typical 2500 visual per week on top of the anniversary tickets. Now I'm actually hoarding these, and I plan to use them all this Wednesday. So on top of showcasing everything that we're gonna have, I am also gonna do a number of pools. And for new players, I am going to showcase how the Trials of Reckoning work, which is the event that we're gonna get this time around. And it's also gonna, you know, before we mention Trials of Reckoning, it's important to mention the release of the final, what I expect to be the final chapter for part 1. Before we, I think, go into the interlude, don't quote me on that. So I think this is the last section of the part 1 story. We'll probably get scene 1, 2, and 3. I don't like assuming, so we'll need to have a look and see what scene 1 is all about. And there's gonna be more information in regards to collaboration campaigns. So we're gonna get for free this Wednesday, and we're gonna get, that looks like the typical 2500 visual. Yeah, okay. And some orange shards, so 80. On top of the extra goodies, these are going to be important for Trials of Reckoning, and as I said, I am going to give a more in-depth explanation of how that event works on Wednesday. Alright, that's pretty much it. We're also going to get a new event for Auron's weapon. So yeah, we're going to get events to build this weapon with specific, with the same metals that we've been getting so far. So new items will be added to that, I'd imagine, on top of high difficulty question for the weapon. And as I was mentioning before, we're gonna get Trials of Reckoning. Now, this is an event that we've had a couple of times, mostly during collaboration, if I'm not wrong. I can certainly remember this for the Final Fantasy IV collaboration that we had, where we had to defeat Celsus' brother. And upon getting... Okay. So upon completing and going through this event, we'll get a Titus necklace. And what does his necklace do? There should be some information on what it does. Okay, so there's no wow, that's a lot of information, but none in regards to what the necklace does. Maybe I scrolled too quickly. That's a lot of information, I'll tell you that. So yeah, there isn't anything in particular I could find in regards to what the necklace does, but we have that information already, so I'll put a link on the corner as usual, so you guys can decide whether you want to build it to +5 or not. And pretty much this, yeah, I think that is pretty much it in regards to the news for this week. Let's have a quick look at what I've gathered. So, as you might have seen, I haven't been very lucky with pulling Bahamut. That is okay, because I have decided not to chase him anymore. I think I'm just going to pull him naturally. If he lands in my account, that is fine. If he doesn't land, that is okay. I'm gonna make work anyway. And this is what I was mentioning before. I've been hoarding these for the past 2 weeks now. So I'm going to pull all of this on Wednesday, and we'll see what we get. I am missing a lot of units because this account is newish. It's been out. I've had it for what, a month or two. So I don't have as many units in VCs as someone that has a more seasoned account, but that's okay. You know, it's gonna make using these tickets the more interesting. So who do I really want? I am going for water and light. So I do have UR select tickets that I haven't used. So maybe Sakura if I don't pull her naturally. I guess we'll see on Wednesday. But yeah, that is pretty much all for today. Thank you very much for tuning. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment. I'll try to help you as much as I can. And if you like my content, please do drop a like. And if you want to see more of my face, drop a subscribe as well. Okay, without further ado, we'll close this video. We'll wrap it up. You guys take care. We'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good one.